It's always interesting when the folks find out about their own community and what they're promoting. And, it's just quite interesting that everything we tell them, then they finally realize, like, oh my God, I didn't realize that. Let's go ahead and roll this clip.
1 year ago, I left corporate for good, and here is more of what I've learned. Racism is alive and well in corporate America, unfortunately. If you're a person of color, you're probably like, obviously. I really appreciated the people in the comments of my other video about corporate where I was talking about how it changes your personality. And they were saying, this is what we've had to deal with our whole lives, doing code switching, basically. I shouldn't have been so ignorant not to realize that it's an even harder task to fit in with your personality and the way that you speak as a person of color because white people dominate corporate America. If someone that you work with opens a sentence that says, now don't say that this is racist, you know they're about to say something that's racist. This happens in little ways, doesn't it? It's not always blatant, but it's in the nuance, which I saw in another video on TikTok that I really appreciated that perspective. It's in the nuance. Kind of like how you feel like you're not really supposed to say Happy Juneteenth at work. And I've already been seeing comments on TikTok where people are saying that they've been calling it the holiday instead of actually just using the word Juneteenth. Systematic racism bleeds into every aspect of our lives, and there's no getting away from it, and denying that it exists in corporate is completely ignorant.
Of course, corporate America is racist, white supremacist, of course, because corporate America is not the jobs, it's the people that run it. And we understand as Black Americans, anti-Black racism is in everything they run. It's not one industry in America that you can't say you won't find anti-Black racism. Period. And the thing is, people like this lady is just oblivious to it because she don't deal with it because she's part of that community. I'm not saying she's doing anything, but they don't target her with it. So why would she know anything about it unless she intentionally befriend a Black person and see what they go through and see, just listen in? Because let me tell you something. The majority of them like, I didn't know, but they know. Don't ever let them say they didn't know because somebody at the job was talking about Black people. Somebody was making some anti-Black joke. Somebody was doing something for you to catch. Like, hey, that person, man, I don't like that. No, they cool with it until it eventually affect them in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Or another reason I noticed they will start paying attention to their own people is when they start dating a Black person, or when their children start dating a Black person, they have like a grandchild or something like that. Then they'll start paying attention because now it's affecting them because their child is with a Black person or they're with a Black person and they don't like, what their community is doing because even they're catching flack by being with that Black person, right? But we've been saying this for a long time. That's why I tell Black Americans that if you can create your own company and if you can not only create your own company, but you can work for yourself and do great for yourself, it is more liberating and you'll be more at peace working for yourself and removing yourself out of their day-to-day interaction than being around them. Being, tell you something, being around with them with their anti-Black racism, their microaggressions, the nuances and everything that's anti-Black, it weighs you down. And it's enough you got your job to do. You don't need to be dealing with all that crap. You know what I'm saying? So, I get it, what she's saying about, corporate America is basically anti-Black. We've been saying that. We know that. But maybe you need to go preach that to your community and tell them stop being that way and let's just treat everybody equal and let's treat everyone like human beings. Let's treat everyone like an American. How about that? We just all Americans and we living in one country. But no, unfortunately, they don't want to live in one country. They want to live in a white supremacist society.